So the rank breakdowns, as I said, Cal was the second highest person to register for the league. So his current rank is GC, with an MMR of 1669. Let's see, he took Toxic Sparky as the 19th pick in the 26th spot, rank of D3 Div 1, and then he got he ended up, well, this oh yeah, he took Bloody White Wolf as the second to last pick. Bloody White Wolf is the lowest ranked player participating in the league, having a current rank at registration of Gold 3 Div 3 and an MMR of 600. So we've got far end on the spectrum here. It's going to be interesting to see, because I do not believe that they've had much time to practice together.
Logic almost on-goaling that for Orange there, but they do have a 1-goal advantage so far. Logic is keeping it on Orange. Bloody went up for the contest on the wall, but didn't quite make it. So far, Blue is putting a lot of pressure on Orange, not letting it get past the halfway center line. And as I say that, a good clear over there by Toxic.
It looked maybe like Cal cleared Toxic and the ball.
Yeah.
Sorry to get off topic here, but narrator, would you rather be on a top-ranked player's team with that just big gap of skill level, or kind of a middle of the pack where everyone's kind of around the same skill level?
You know, how it kind of fell out is that almost everyone was at least Diamond. We only had 3 players below a Diamond rank, so I would say it's probably best to be in the middle of the pack, or to have a, or actually to be on an early draft, so that you're kind of your two chosen team, or your team leader and maybe the first teammate that's picked are very high ranked in comparison to most players, but they not necessarily the best.
Okay.
And then by the time you get to that third player, you're talking about someone who's kind of right in the middle of everybody. So in that case, you've got 3 teammates who are more consistent together in rank. So you don't have to play this kind of like, oh, I'm going to be top dog, and you're just going to kind of play back. You can have far more team-based mechanics, even if it is only like a D3 Champ 1 level team mechanics.
Right. That's better than a Grand Champ going out and just trying to do everything and trying to carry a platter gold or whatever the case is.
And yeah, and I mean, I've expressed this opinion before, and I know that it's maybe somewhat controversial, but I think that the high-ranked players have a little bit more of an advantage in some cases if they're willing to put in their time to develop the lower-ranked player.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Because
also where practice comes important.
Right, because you can coach, I think, very easily, and I think we've proven this through the Discord. Coaching up a goal to play at a much higher MMR level. I mean, you're talking about 600 MMR. Okay, so that's Bloody White Wolf. It's not improbable that a GC level player could coach him up 200 MMR points. That's a big gain in skill.
Toxic almost got that save after it bounced from the inside of the post back out to center almost, and Logic was able to hit it hard enough that the redirect just went up into the top right corner. 3-0 Blue, and So far, it seems to be the case, as narrator said, with the huge gap in MMR. I don't know if that's doing what's causing.
I don't. You know, I'm just not sure if it's they practice or if there's just no trust or the expectations. But it doesn't seem like Cal is really letting off here. But that may just be his speed of play.
I will say though that previous goal that was done by Blue, it wasn't entirely Toxic's fault. He was doing normal rotation. Unfortunately, Bloody missed the clear, and Cal was nowhere to be seen during that save whatsoever. So I think it may be a course of expectation, just as you were saying.
Cal finally able to get that one goal for Orange with 27 seconds left. Let's see what they can do here with the remaining time, but looks like Blue might take the first game here. This a little bump there by Toxic and Cal. Toxic going for a possible center.
Nobody there to answer.
Nowhere. Cal just came from the ceiling with Bloody was already well past center lines.
So, with Orange dropping this first game, if you were Cal, would you try to be the offensive juggernaut or try to stay back and just, hold down the fort on the defensive end moving forward?
Oh, that is a rough call. I'm thinking if he feels he can disrupt Blue's pass plays or their ability to coordinate, then yes. I'd say go more defense and let Toxic and Bloody kind of chase a little bit more. But I don't know that that's going to work.
Right.
Yeah, I'd have to go with you.
If I were to, if I had to say anything, right? And we know that Ryu and narrator are in agreeing terms. I would say that I wouldn't do either. I would probably facilitate the defense and facilitate passing because that's what I know that I'd be capable of doing. If you can spoon feed your teammates, they can just finish the play.
Let's drop me down to Blue and let's see what they're talking about now.
All right.
Wait, so where it's we should be good. I'm not super concerned.
Oh, the whisk. I
was already on it. Sorry. I'm gonna be rotating back.
Logic, what in the...
I've got net.
Alright.
Dang it.
Banging it. Really? Let's go.
Hey!
Good start.
Yeah, 0 points feels good. I would have a goal probably by now, but I got bumped by Bloody twice.
I forgot to change my boost. This is supposed to be my holiday one.
Oh, the holiday
Someone go. I got.
So narrator, how did Orange sound? They were able to get a nice goal right there at the beginning of the game, so that should have boosted their morale a little.
Well, I was a little more focused on the fact that we mixed up the team icons. That I was like, oh, I'm in the wrong team chat, and I was like, I realized that the pictures are backwards, so I wasn't too focused on actually what they were saying. But I did not hear anything regarding a grand strategy, which is kind of what I was hoping to hear.
So we have two people. Gru states that if Soul Standard has taught him anything, it's that passing is more important than anything else.
I would
And as
agree,
a same-
but you're talking. I just don't know how much, and it's been a while. Not say that I've seen a game purely of golds. I know that when I was a gold, it was a little bit different. I'm sure that most gold players probably have far more skill and ability than I recall, but I don't remember passing being a big thing. So I'm not sure if Bloody is at the point where he can respond, or to accept the fast pass that Cal might need to make in order to score past this team. But I can definitely
accentuate, to accent what you're saying, as says, if I were in Cal's position, I would have taken the last 2 weeks to teach Bloody how to rotate at a higher level.
I guess Cal was gone and not on playing for the last 2 weeks?
Yeah, he was, or maybe it was Crow, but I know a few people were trying to get into some, like some other leagues kind of play. But I think Cal was actually just on vacation.
Right, and all this talk to Tyler in the chat, we're not dissing Bloody at all with his skill level. It's just where he ranks towards, with Cal being on that same team.
I mean, and I've said this before, but, Baby Jesus, one of the mods on the server, he is probably high plat, but I would gladly play with him over most D1, D2s. It's just term of team consistency and how we're able to work together. I feel like we do better. Let's see. A double commit there.
Yeah, oof. Looks like Cal took out Ox. Yeah. Oh, Bloody. Yeah, just completely threw him into the moon. And Cal seems to be putting a lot of the weight on his shoulders, but I mean, Bloody is doing what he can. Oh, and that was most likely an unintentional pass down center, and Cal just happened to be there. Yeah, all three blue members were right around the goal into the corner, so there was no one who could go after that center ball. 0-3, Orange is pulling in a remarkable comeback, considering last game. I did read in the chat that Cal said that they were drunk, so I don't know if maybe their loss might have sobered them up a bit, but they're definitely putting in the weight now.
I do know that they're more focused on starving Liv this match, since they were arguing a little while ago. Cat.
And hey, maybe that's their grand strategy, is just be more disruptive. Because honestly, if you just take that one player and just have him ram everybody, hey, that can work sometimes.
Yeah.
It's a little dirty, but it'll work.
I'm just glad to see somebody giving blue team a run for their money. Nobody wants to see 3 straight blowouts. But you never know. 45 seconds may change the
possible double touch. Oh, Cal almost got a beautiful double touch off the top of the net on blue side. See, Logic is trying to control the ball. Had to play it safe because Toxic was posing a threat. Bloody overshooting it off the wall.
Now.
Looks like Orange might be taking this one. Unless Blue can somehow score 2 goals in 3 seconds, but I think that's not going to be the case.
Okay.
And game 2 goes to Drunk and Drive.
And just again to clarify, John Wick's dog is actually Team Blue, so we've got the icons backwards, just so everyone's aware. So we're going to game 3 now.
Yep.
Okay, group. Stop on by whenever you have a chance.
Actually, I can
As with your statement saying that Logic is chasing a little hard, it seems as though they're giving him the space to kind of spread his legs a
There we
little bit.
go. I fixed it.
Kind of just give it to Orange Team pretty hard. Unfortunately, though, it seems like he's running out of steam. Hopefully, Liv can make up the slack.
The only thing I will say is that Bloody just has to make sure that he at least hits the ball.
Mhm.
It almost doesn't matter where. It could be an unintentional back pass, but when you go up for those balls and you just let it drop to the ground, it already puts him out of the play, causes his other two members to scramble, figure out what's going to happen next, and immediately gives possession to the opposite team. So if he can just focus on just making sure he hits the ball, whether it's left, right, up, down, I think that'll make a big difference for Orange coming into this last game.
So, in the event that John Wick's dog actually wins this series, they get the choice of continue playing, and they will play up against Team 2. It's their last remaining game for their regular season matches, barring a runoff of some sort. But with a straight win, there shouldn't be a runoff for them. Pretty much guarantee them the division.
Coming on strong in the first 15 seconds of the match, Logic with the shot. It seems as though he took a little breather last game and decided to really slam it in this one.
One second, I'll be right back.
All right.
A little bit of an
Logic
interesting
almost-
play from them. I just think if they would have had a little more velocity, they could have got more on point. Oh, ooh, getting baited right out in.
Yeah, that was something I definitely wasn't expecting.
This is
But-
a grand place.
Grand Crisp is getting crispy.
Yep. 1-1 with 4:30 left.
Double cheat up there. Both of them missing it. Liv coming back to cancel Cal's advance. Logic sending it for the corner and almost own goaling. Smiley would have not been able to stop that at all.
Oh,
Cal off the
Like
wall,
I've-
sending it
like I've
over.
said
Smiley.
before. Bloody just needs to make sure that he makes at least some sort of contact with the ball. That could have been dangerous if Cal wasn't there. Oh, and Bloody makes a goal.
Right over Smiley.
Shot.
If I had to say anything, I would say that Smiley needs to focus on, again, something that I touched on last week briefly, his pacing. Many players in Division 2 and in Division 1 need to focus on their pacing. If they can't read, they might as well be able to get a general sense as to how fast the ball is going. Without it, you won't be able to move on to the next step of calling the next play, or I didn't want to say read again, but more so just predicting where the ball is going to be next.
Yeah.
That's dangerous.
Ooh.
Logic with the save and a great recovery on top of it.
Yeah. It was hard to tell whether Logic's decision of holding back was a good idea, or if he should have just gone, after he touched it, if he should have tried and challenged Cal, but it looks like it worked for it. Ooh. Cal almost getting that ceiling shot.
I would have liked that just to have the
Logic.
highlight.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, definitely.
I'm thinking like, oh, that would have made good video.
Cal with the good save. Liv pulling off the mid. Smiley missing the clear, getting dunked on by Toxic. Logic with the save. Liv catching the pass. Off the wall, nobody there to answer.
The-
Logic with the bump.
Oh wow!
Oh.
And the bump
Hates
too.
that happened.
Solid chance there.
I don't know if y'all remember the first matchup between these two, but does it seem that Cal's in this game 3 in comparison to game 1?
He's a lot faster than he was when he started. It seems as though like he's no longer taking a back seat to the pacing of his team.
Okay.
More so dragging them along.
Oh, and with no boost. Oh, and Cal still manages to get it in. What a bounce.
Okay, I meant that. Yes, it was calculated.
1-3 with 2 minutes and 6 seconds left. Orange is definitely taking it to blue here. What do you think blue would need to do here to kind of take this back? Because it looks like they're trying to just well, what can they do?
That's a better question, huh?
Keep Cal Dumboed for the rest of the game, and they might.
Yeah, I will say I haven't seen Cal or bumping into or double committing on his own teammates as often. I don't know if he's just adjusted to their speed or predicting where they are, but
whatever it is, they're coming out here like a bat out of hell.
They saw that John Wick's dog was going to run away with the division. Stop to it, I think.
And I mean, mind you, we've been kind of talking about John Wick's dog like they're going to dominate, but this is Cal's team's first match, so they still have a chance to shut out the division themselves.
Definitely. And being that how strong they're coming on, I don't think that they have really any chance of slowing down, other than maybe having a pacing issue with Bloody.
They're just finding this groove, even like with Bloody on the team, they're just dismantling John Wick's dog.
And I haven't caught Bloody's statistics or his score, but I mean, interested to see like if he's got any passes or saves at this point. What his contribution has been.
And so far this game, he's had 1 goal, 1 assist, and that's pretty much about it.
But I haven't seen any major whiffs, you know what I mean? So as long as he can continue that type of play, this team will be fine moving forward.
Oh yeah.
Which again is not indicative of a gold 3. Hell, it's not indicative of a most diamond champ level player. So
yeah,
good for him.
No, that's the thing. He just has to focus on hitting the ball, and looks like that's what he's doing.
Almost had a rule 1 there, but
Yeah.
all right.
And with that,
Drunken driving! Oh my lord.
they had a sketchy
back.
first game, but the last 2 games they were able to bring it
All right.
back with the dominating 5-1.
It's,
Bloody with a goal, assist, and